Welcome back to the channel. We've got our 2014 Yamaha Bolt here, and we got some new parts for it. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you've seen a whole slew of parts go on this bike. Actually, 5 of these bikes. We built 5 Yamaha Bolts at this point. Well, we've had 5 Yamaha. It doesn't matter. There have been really exciting parts that have come in and ones that I've not really liked, but very few of them excited me as much as the ones that I'm going to show you today. So just to run you through it, the bike has a ton done to it. EBC front rotors, rebuilt front suspension with progressive springs. It's got a crash cage from House Moto, 2 Brothers exhaust, got the air intake from Banson Hines, a custom tank, pullback risers, the quarter fairing or like the clamshell guy, Frando front brakes, 7/8 bars, CRF 450 throttle tube. We got the 1-finger stunt clutch over there, and then you got the Saddleman seat. Of course, you got to run that thing, dude. And then you got the all-in-one tail light. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything else? Crash protection on the back, motocross foot pegs. You get the idea. We've done a lot to this bike, but the parts that I'm putting on now, I mean, at a certain point, I feel like, you know what, the bike is done. But then Chewy from House Moto thinks of another part, and I'm like, well, you know what? Honestly, I could use that. If you haven't been watching the channel for a little while now, or you don't own a Yamaha Bolt, House Moto is the person, well, the institution, the business, I don't know, that made this crash cage right here. Now, they sent us out a prototype. I beat the absolute daylights out of it. He literally told me to break it, so I tried. I made some critiques on it afterwards. I couldn't break it. And then he made the actual version, which is V1, this version. It's got a skid plate on it. It's a super dope addition to this bike, and honestly, it saved me more than one time. So it's got scratches on both sides. It's saved my bike a ton of times. This is the only crash cage on the internet that's a real, actual, like, crash bar cage for the Yamaha Bolt. And so he has been innovating for this bike for quite some time now. First on the list is this Stubby sissy bar slash like step plate. And I asked him to make it really short so that I could, you know, just have a little bit of space. If someone's on the back, they feel a little bit of like something nuzzling their butt. And then I can throw my foot on there as well and do some wheelies hopefully with this. Also, this I rode with the other day, and it's really nice for straps. Got some bolts on there. All right, let's get on to part number 2. Upon arrival, I was a little bit confused on what this was. I thought it may be an intake cover or a engine case cover. I was not sure, but this post was particularly confusing to me. So I reached out to Chewy and I was like, dude, what is this? And with a little bit of explanation, this thing's pretty smart. When you see guys doing wheelies on their cruisers, they'll hook their foot, and really any bike for that matter. I don't think any bike. A lot of cruisers do this. They'll hook their foot that's on the shifter side underneath the foot peg, like bracket area, and they'll hook it when they're like really far back to like keep them locked onto the bike. Chewy was watching this and he was like, man, I think I could do something a little bit better than that. And I think he did. He replaced this outer engine cover that goes here. And this is the prototype, so I mean, it needs to be painted, which is actually what we're gonna be doing today. But he replaced this outer engine cover with 2 pieces of steel and a big bracing back there, which is connected to this post. So when you sit down on the bike, move these tools, you can hook your foot underneath it while you're doing wheelies. So you still have to be careful not to, you know, downshift. I haven't wheelied far enough back to try it out, but normally they'd go from here to right here and they'd hook up underneath here somewhere. And then this is just, it's right there, man. This is a freaking smart design, dude. I don't know how he thought of this, but it's a good idea. I do think I'm gonna have him build it a little bit lower so I don't have to lift my foot so high. It's like right there, but besides that, this thing is genius. I've been working on Yamaha Bolts for a very long time now. I've had 5 of these bikes since 2014 when they first came out. I've wanted one, I got one, and then ever since then I've been beating the crap out of them. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, you definitely have seen a lot of these bikes. I would say I have a pretty good idea of what aftermarket parts are on the market. These are the best. These are by far the best. I'm not doing this just because Chewy's been so cool with me. I'm literally telling you these are the best parts that you can buy for the Yamaha Bolt on the market right now. Now there's other brands out there that do other things, I guess. Like you can get stylistic parts, I guess, if you're going for that. But if you're looking for performance parts or anything to protect your bike or just innovative parts for the Yamaha Bolt, House Moto is going to be where you're going to get those. That being said, these are prototypes, and Chewy was about to have them powder coated. I told him, I was like, let me kind of get them on the bike and see what color I want them, because I have a theme going. I wanted it to be a particular color, so I asked for them raw. I'm gonna paint them today. We're gonna get them on the bike, and then we'll do a couple videos testing all the parts out, and I'm gonna see if I can hook my foot onto that and get the wheelies pretty far back. Either way, cue the painting montage.
little bit weird now, but I'm telling you, it's because, you know, it's pretty cool. Also, I left this raw. I really like it.
I think I'll do it white next time, but I can keep repainting it as many times as I want. Really happy I left this raw. I love how that looks. So it's been a couple days now and I've let the paint dry. I mounted it up day of. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not super thrilled with how the side engine cover foot hook thing came out. I'm not like a... I like the part itself, I just don't like the paint that it did. But now that everything's painted and mounted up, there's really only one thing left to do.